Welcome to Uniquely Loved, a celebration of authenticity and divine inspiration. We are encouraged to be our own unique, authentic selves. Join me, Witch Niki, as we discuss spiritual gifts and skills we can develop and enhance, speak with amazing people using their skills in a variety of ways, and explore the different ways to connect to the wonders of the universe. Hello, my loves. Had to take a little bit of a break. I was going through a little bit of illness and a whole lot of spiritual growth. And that leads me to today's episode. What are Ascension symptoms? Ascension literally means growth at the soul level. When we ascend, we level up or graduate to a new level or skill. And it is always very exciting when we do the really big shifts. We usually get to sense or even dream about them as they happen. Even with the smaller shifts, we will get signs, but they're not always noticeable, even to those of us really in tune with our intuition. Many will call these aches and pains that come with these level ups as ascension flu. I'm not sure if you remember your growth spurts growing up as a kid or a teen, or even if you have kids at home. They usually have a ton of physical symptoms that can include fatigue, body and joint aches and pains, headaches, mood swings, extra hunger, or even lack of appetite. It can often be the exact same symptoms as we grow spiritually as well. Let me tell you some of my own personal symptoms. Unfortunately, I had all of these over the last 2 weeks. It was exhausting. Scratchy throat, sinus drainage, coughing, feeling of grime or a layer of rock on my skin, like that feeling that you need to shed a skin, kind of like a snake, or I just really got to take a shower. I really want to get clean. Chills, heat on my skin, sometimes heat on one side of my body and chills on the other. And no, not like hormone or menopausal related. Feeling like I am running a fever, but actually don't have a temperature. Believe me, I've checked. Skin feels like it hurts, or I've kind of equated it to like my nerves being on fire. The feeling of my clothes hurt to touch my skin. I get that feeling occasionally if I get a tattoo. That's really the only way. It's like the nerves are just, I've had enough. Really freaking hungry or not hungry at all. Insomnia or extreme fatigue or alternating both of those. That can suck. Migraines or headaches, it can be either the whole head or even just spots on the head. Sometimes my hair hurt. That's really the only way to describe it. It's a weird feeling. There were times where my knees wanted to give out, or my joints would start hurting with no extra physical exertion to warrant that pain. An increase in vivid dreams. There were times where I experienced the feeling of being too big for my skin or my body. Tingles and electrical sensations across my skin. Mine were usually at my feet, my shoulder blades, and my hands, more often than not. And then a feeling of heaviness, either on one side of my body or just all over. Now, this list is not all inclusive. This is just what I've been going through these last 2 weeks. I've been in hermit mode as I nursed my youngest to health from some upper respiratory thing that she shared with me. My guides took advantage of me already feeling yucky to do more in depth. Also could be construed as intrusive, healing and growing for me, because growth can be very uncomfortable. This led me to having all of the symptoms that I just listed, on top of that normal sinus and chest cold thing. Now, we did get tested for anything more serious. We always need to rule out the mundane before just saying it's a spiritual thing. But I did also get many confirmations from my guides that this was a period of huge growth for me. Now, how do we manage the symptoms? Well, just like any regular illness or growth spurt, we need to show ourselves kindness and compassion. Hydration with electrolytes is huge. It helps so much. Even being in water or around water, taking extra showers or baths help. Eating good food and resting when and how you can all alleviate much of the symptoms. I also took cold medications to deal with the sinus and chest symptoms. Now, if you don't like medications, do what methods serve you best. I have absolutely no problem using any tools like over-the-counter medications to help ease my suffering. Our guides do not want us to suffer, but growth can be uncomfortable. We have options at our disposal to handle the aches and pains, so just do what's best for you. Remember, these times never last long. We're never in the dark for very long. There is always a reason to hope. There's always a reason or a light at the end of the tunnel. And there will be relief as we get out of the symptoms and realize the expansion that has occurred. Now, let me share you some of the dreams that I had during this time. I had to sleep a lot the first 5 days of this. And it took some coordination with my husband as we have children, adulting responsibilities, work, and, just normal life to handle. After the 5th day, I had a dream where I was a dragonfly in this translucent round egg, and I was ready to hatch. I had to struggle and strain to work my wings, pushing against the side of the little egg to strengthen my wings and to weaken the walls of the egg around me. And after what seemed like hours in the dream, I finally broke free. I was able to breathe and stretch. It was great. And then I flew. The next day, in real life, I was overcome with the heaviness all over my body. And my guides let me know that they were helping me ground in the changes that we had made so far. That night, I had a dream that I was a tiny little seed pod that had been planted. And I was in such pain as my roots broke free from the seed and started anchoring into the soil of Mother Earth. And then over the next 3 days in real life, I started having the sensations of that heaviness start to lift a little bit at a time. The night of the 3rd day, I had a dream that many flowers broke through the crust of the earth and started blooming all these wonderful and radiant colors. It was great. These were the signs from my guides, letting me know how my progress was going and to keep doing my self-care, that it was working and I was growing at a rapid pace. We each go through these growth spurts differently. Every single level up is usually accompanied by some kind of sign, physically or even symbolically. We just need to tune in more to notice them. Not all symptoms are as severe as what mine were. I have had many smaller shifts that only gave me like one night of insomnia or the occasional headache. But the point is, take care of yourself. Show yourself kindness and compassion. Allow yourself to rest and recuperate as you can. There are great things in store for you. Keep growing. When you feel like you're in the dark, remember, you've been planted and you will soon blossom into a vibrant flower or even a whole garden. If you ever want more information or would like to work with me one-on-one, go to my website, techwitchlayer.com. I love helping make sense of the different signs, the dreams, all the different synchronicities and so-called coincidences that everybody experiences, because they are all so vastly different and fascinating. And I absolutely love helping validate and help people realize that all the signs that we're getting, they're real, they're valid, they're amazing, and they are meant just for you. They are signs that your guides want to connect with you. They want to help you grow in every way imaginable, all in your highest good. Thank you for joining me today as we explore what makes us uniquely loved. Be sure to subscribe. More adventure awaits. For more articles and to work with me as your personal guide, go to www.techwitchlayer.com. Always remember, you are accepted. You are valid. You are loved.